What's up, everybody?
All right.
Welcome to Thirsty Fridays. Where's everybody? Are y'all at the bar already? Getting y'all sip on, drinking on the couch. Just wrapping up happy hour.
All right. Yes. All right.
See, it's letting followers know now.
There we go.
All right, come on in, y'all. Come on in, come on in. Woo. Look, I'm gonna be sweating already.
Yes, indeed. Now, we've been gone for a little while. We've been so busy traveling and working behind the scenes to get our fall together.
It's gonna be a busy, busy fall. September is bringing festival season upon us. So it's definitely going down in September and October.
That's
sure.
right. You know, we do have an event happening at Redux Arts Center tonight. They're doing an open house, so there is some background noise. And we also have a little bit of background noise playing on the track. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that as well. You know, we're trying to up production over here at Cocktail Bandits.
Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Baby steps.
Y'all, please leave us a like, a comment. Please share the live. We're trying a new format. We're trying to get to you guys in the evening times when you're home and when you're settled in, especially on a Friday night before you go out or, you know, before you get into your evening television show. A little something for you to look and watch on social media.
And let us know what times you guys are usually online. What times are you usually watching your Instagrams or your Twitters or Facebooks and things? Thank you for the hearts.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, let's get into what we want to share tonight. We have so much to recover and talk about
A lot.
with you guys. Well, we're going to start with Tails because we've been sharing a little bit about it on social media, and people were asking, what's this whole Tails thing about?
Which is so crazy to me that we've been in this thing 8 years and people still are figuring it out for the first time. Which is one of the main things I got from Tales this year was that there were a lot of first time festival goers and I was excited to see them. They were super excited and super pumped. 6:30 works.
Okay, noted.
That's a good time. I'm working right now. Oh, you working? Bartender. Okay, well I understand that.
Gotcha, noted on that. Well, we definitely want to encourage you guys to go to Tails. If you haven't already, look into it. It is the biggest cocktail festival in the world. Has been going on for almost 20 years now. This is our 7th year going to Tails. And this year, they're still getting things back on the tracks after COVID, filling things out. We've also been seeing some budget cuts by some brands. And so that the events definitely reflected that. But I felt like we had more time to have like in-depth conversations and more networking than it was just party.
Well, there was still party, but I think after years and years of going, you kind of like strategically figure out where you want to be and the people that you want to be around. We went to a couple of private dinners, one with a group of OGs that we've been working with for years, and then also another one with another group of OGs, but it was all women. So it was just a good experience to be able to be in New Orleans and have like a baby family reunion with our folks and make time for each other, even in the chaos. So
Yes, there are parties large and small. Some of the bigger attractions, the events we didn't make it out to. So Espelon Tequila had a huge party that we missed. So did Jack Daniels. They had an amazing party. They brought out Big Boy. We missed that as well. But we had some really great conversations and really felt like it was more personable this year. We got to meet some makers, people that we've been working with for a while. Got to finally meet them face to face. One of those people is Dawn with New Dawn Bourbon. We were connected with her on social media, and she was attending Tales for the first time.
Yes, and we had a nice conversation with Dawn right before we went down to Tales, and she was talking about her story, how they came up with the product, how this 6-year bourbon, the way it's been aged and its process, is why it's so delicious and rich. And not only were we able to talk to her on the phone, we saw her maybe a month later, and she had everybody turned up on the New Dawn. It was a New Dawn with New Dawn.
Yes, this bourbon is 58.4% alcohol.
It's hot.
So it's well over 110% alcohol, or 110 proof, I would say. So we were drinking that with no chaser. They were just straight pouring this in a glass
Or mixing it with the sorrel.
and sipping it. So that's just more liquor.
Yeah.
Okay.
The stirred cocktail. Someone said, I loved watching you guys live at Tales. It was really nice. Thank you. Thank you. And that was effort too, because it was so much going on at one time. The phone was looking pixelated from time to time, so apologies for that. But it was a lot going on. And we missed the William Grant party as well, which was, I saw the pictures, it looked insane.
So Dawn has a great story. She is actually based in New Orleans, but she's launching her product off in DC. She is she's a doctor actually, and she really wanted to build a legacy for her family. She has a niece, her sister is involved in the business, so it's her husband. So we asked her, are you trying to just, make a quick flip? And she's like, no, I'm trying to build a legacy, tell different stories, create a new dawn for my family. So we love to hear what people putting on for their kids and for their legacy and thinking about the future. So despite it being so high in alcohol, it definitely still comes through with the character. You're still getting those tannic notes, chamomile. You're definitely getting the oaky notes. But it's giving you a little aroma of sweetness.
Yeah, 70% corn. So you're definitely getting that sweetness. And then it's New York winter rye, and then 15% New York winter barley.
Nice.
So,
Cheers.
made in New York.
Okay. It's hot now.
It is warm. But I've tried some products that were lower proof than this and gave me more of a strong taste.
Jules, you want to try it?
That is a good question. We have to check and see if it's at Total Wine. I think has it out yet?
It is out. I think you have to buy it online if you're not in either DC or New Orleans. The thing about being based and having distro out of DC is that they ship everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I think she's on, check out Reserve Bar, try bar.com, and try Drizzly. Depending on where you are, you may have that service in your state. Definitely support her. There's some bars I know for sure in New Orleans and DC that already have her on their bar. So if you're in those areas, go to the bar and request New Dawn for your old fashioned or for your Manhattan. Please do.
Let the friends in NOLA know.
Please do. And your friends in NOLA should be visiting our friends in NOLA. Janae, who bartends down there. Also Ariel Neal, Samantha's down there bartending. Erica Flowers and Turning Tables. Torrey Folks. There is a humongous, talented bar community in New Orleans. Definitely check them out.
Yes, and they are doing the things. They have so many cool events. They have some really great events at Tales. They had an event with not Charleston. I always want to add Charleston into stuff. But it was DC against New Orleans. So it was DC bartenders, Chocolate City's Best against Turning Tables. And it was a great turnout. We actually missed the mixology part at another event. But they had a great turnout. Had a great DJ. We were on the floor dancing it up.
We were.
Dancing it up.
We tried to record some of that party, but the service was so bad that we couldn't keep a regular flow. But that party was that we really wanted to show y'all the turn up.
Yeah, it was lit. So shout out to all of them, even Chocolate City's Best, Capri and
Holiday
and Drink Meals and Oh my goodness, there's so many.
DC.
Tracy's up there.
Yes, DC Elixir Mixer,
Yes,
our guy
Mr.
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Clyde was in town.
Yes.
All the heavy hitters were out, and they were at that party supporting. And also somebody from our set, Lonnie Lewis, was up there bartending.
Shout out to Lonnie.
That's right.
From Savannah.
She was a featured bartender at that same party, and her cocktail was good. Okay.
Lonnie be winning things too.
She do.
She's not out here to play.
She is low-key very much a heavyweight, holding it down for folks in the smaller parts of the South, further down in the low country.
With bigger impacts in food and beverage, because Charleston and Savannah are doing things with food and beverage.
We also got to do a little bit of education, which is really my favorite part about Tales. When you go and you get to listen to people who you only see online, only see on seminars, get to see them in person. We went to the BCI Benet House at least twice during Tales for some education on international spirits. Most of them were French. Suze being their prominent spirit that they market. You may be familiar. Suze is a ginseng-based liqueur, so very herbal. How else would you describe that?
That's it. It's super herbal. It's super bitter. It's a root. It takes 30 years for this root to grow. So just think about all of those flavors that are sitting there brewing inside that root, and it takes so long. And the roots aren't that big, so they need so much of these little roots of these plants to actually create Suze. So Suze is like a 30-year project in a bottle. Mm-hmm. For real.
And it adds a really unique flavor to cocktails. I'm always impressed when I go to a bar and they say they have Suze on the menu. Suze was doing like brunches and little apps every time they had a session, which we love. Mm-hmm. They kept it light because French food is very light. And the thing about French food is you eat all day, but you're eating light, small portions of meals. So it was meant for people to keep coming back and having a little pasta, a little salad, some cheese. Very cutesy, very demure, very upscale, okay? It was giving that. They also did a class on Calvados, which is a brandy that they make in France. It has a really unique flavor as well.
It does. I actually drank mine on the plane.
Oh, God.
On the way back. I drank my Calvados, so missed out on that.
Added a little flavor.
There's also some comments. Up a little bit.
Want to get the comments.
Right there. What was that?
I seen you online, but in person it's always true.
Thank you.
To add the flavor to your cocktail, but it's always interesting to see
It's pausing.
what's coming. Are we buffering, you guys?
Let us know if we're pausing. Our internet's a little weird in here.
We also got to sit through a class with Camper English, and he's published so many different books. One of his books won a Spirited Award this year from Tales of the Cocktail. I've traveled to Italy with Camper before, so he's a dope guy, and get to learn from him again was awesome. He was talking about the medicinal properties of alcohol and spirits, and how back in the day, people were using quinine and different spirits as medicine, and that's cured malaria. It helped with people with other diseases that were going around at that time that they didn't have any concept on how to cure. They were starting with medicinal spirits. So it's never about the liquor. It's always about the lifestyle, okay?
Yes, and I mean that's the biggest reason with gin and tonics. Like they did gin and tonics with lime to cure disease, and they actually started liking this concoction that they were making up and making it an actual beverage for everyone. So quinine has a lot of healthy properties. I think gin does too, with the juniper and all of the other herbs and botanicals that it has inside of it. And also lime. I mean, we think about the shot, the tequila shot. That's what it was all about, the tequila and lime to help cure Spanish flu that they had in Mexico. Mm-hmm. So this is why we call it spirits. You know what I'm saying? These spirits are are healing when you're not abusing. And it's all about the balance. It's all about the balance.
It is. He talked again about the quinine being bark from trees and how you have to protect these trees, how these families keep these trees alive and keep them producing the quinine that we use. Because some people still use quinine for medicinal purposes to cure things like malaria. Parts of the world that still have to deal with malaria. So I just thought that was so interesting. You know, they've gone through spouts where people have over harvested these trees and they've had to bring them back in resurgence. So when next time you pour yourself a gin and tonic, take a little moment, take a little beat, and appreciate all that it goes into producing that gin and that tonic.
And maybe instead of having a hot toddy when you're feeling bad, maybe have a gin and tonic.
There you
and
go.
See how you feel after that. Just, you know, I'm not a doctor here. I'm just saying. That's my prescription for you. You feel me? So try that. I did like too that Camper let us taste an array of gins. Some gins the flavor profiles didn't even taste like gin. I tried this orange one that was really different. It was, I don't know what it was that made it orange, but it was a really interesting flavor. So shout out to the small classes ducked off to the sides of Tales of the Cocktails, because you can really still get some education, and it's not super crowded. There were a lot of people in there, but it's not as packed as, you know, the Ritz-Carlton.
Right. And they also had a non-alc option. They were doing this tonic, water, Susan tonic situation, which was great because we ended up with a bunch of samples, but we didn't have a lot of mixers. So it was a good mixer when we got back to the room to add with our tequila and a little bit of bubbles, and you got a little bit of herbal note to it. Whole cocktail.
Which is where I think I drank mine. I drank my samples this year. I'm sorry. They went to good use.
There you go. There you go. So shout out to them. You want to try the tequila next?
Sure. This tequila, I mean, they are huge. Like their whole point is saying that they are bold. This is called Quintaliza.
There you go.
Quintaliza tequila. This is a coffee-aged tequila. Coffee-aged, you ask? Coffee-aged. They actually have them they actually have coffee inside of cask, and they let the coffee stay in the cask for a while, and once they take the coffee out with the coffee marinated cask, then they put a reposado, a tequila in there, and they age it the amount of time as a reposado, which is 2 to 11 months. The interesting fact about it is the woman that was the master distiller, I think her name is Alania. Alania is the daughter of, I think, Dave Partida. So of the man that owns Partida Tequila, that is his daughter, like third generation master distiller. So shout out to them for doing their thing in Mexico. She was agave out. She had her agave earrings on. She had her agave necklace. And she was
Bad.
sexy.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to her. She was looking damn good. So shout out to Alania, I think that's her name. Sorry if I butchered it, but girl, you did your thing.
Left an impression on us because most of the distillers are men. They're older. They're they're giving farmer aesthetic. They're giving humidor aesthetic, which is great. But it's good as a female to see another woman in position of power and authority, and she owned her femininity.
Yeah, she looked very nice, and it's exciting because she talked to us for a good minute, at least about 10 minutes, about her process and her products, and I think that she was intrigued by the fact that we were intrigued with her for being a female master distiller in Mexico. We know how tough that is. There are only less than 2 handfuls of women distillers in Mexico, and for her to come from a family and then actually doing her own, this is the first ever coffee-aged tequila, non-additive free, no color. All of this just comes from coffee. She's being very innovative.
So cheers.
You definitely smell coffee.
Yes.
All day, but it's not overwhelming. I actually love the way coffee smells.
And I like the way coffee tastes. So you can't really go wrong with this because I'm getting best of both worlds. You're getting that nutty cacao flavor of the coffee that you would expect.
Yeah.
And then you get that aged reposado, mildly sweet flavor from the reposado. It's really a great marriage of flavors.
What cocktail would you do with this?
What would I do with this?
I know what I do.
What would you do?
I do an espresso martini with
Okay.
tequila. I would do an espresso martini with this tequila, and it would just add more character, like the nuttiness of it. It would give it more body, kind of like when I had the bourbon with the espresso. It just would be more than just the vodka with the espresso. So I think I
Okay.
do that.
I can see that because I don't think I would want to go too herbal with this. Like you don't want to do too much lime and lemon with this.
No.
It's going to kind of kill that coffee flavor. So definitely thinking more on that nutty, creamy, chocolatey type of note. Not full on dessert, but I think it has a good place. It would hold up well with like a Mozart.
I was about to say Mozart, but I was gonna let you finish. Yes.
Okay,
it would
you
be
get it.
perfect with Mozart. Shout out to Mozart.
Shout out to them for sending us this whole prize pack. They gave us the card. We sent them an email. They sent it in the mail. No problem. We love that for us.
Yes, we actually have some little small reposados.
How cute are these little minis?
These minis are cute, and if you're from somewhere like South Carolina where we're like the king and queens of minis, this is next level. It doesn't even look like a shot.
It doesn't.
It looks like some little medicine. They gave us a glass. Of course, you gotta cheers to your accomplishments. 2 glasses. Probably should have tasted in those. And then another reposado. So
Some stickers. We love stickers. Definitely check us out. We are definitely coming out with an Agave Club featuring brands like this. It's not in the market quite yet. So we want to be able to introduce really fun products like this. How do you say that name?
Quintaleza.
Where it's made.
Oh, it's made in Chiapas,
So-
Mexico.
There's more, you can get more flexibility in different states when you're making things that are not traditional. So we love that they're making this in Chiapas, another place for us to visit in Mexico, you know what I'm saying? So Mexico is offering so many different things when it comes to agave. Another unique product that we got to try to get introduced
Speaking
to.
of agave.
Speaking of agave, the brilliant minds that used to distill and run Patron Distillery have since broken off and started their own company where they're making an agave-based vodka.
Vodka. You wanted to say spirit, didn't you?
It's a vodka because all of them, I guess, are spirits.
Yeah.
So yes, they are making an agave vodka. It's called Weber Ranch. And this bottle is big because it is big. This is a liter.
It is huge.
All right. Our guy Antonio, who we met when we went down to Patron
Antonio Rodriguez.
back in 2016.
16.
We went down there. We had an amazing experience. That was our first international trip as Cocktail Bandits. And it's great to see how his career has evolved into a whole new product line.
Yes. So this is Weber Ranch. It is 100% Blue Weber agave vodka. Y'all heard it right. It is vodka. And what I like about it is everybody knows that vodka. Well, if you don't, I'm not going to assume. Vodka is an odorless, tasteless spirit, usually made from corn, wheat, barley, potatoes, other things like that. This is the first time that someone has really distilled agave to become vodka. So it goes through the same process as far as growing, but they distill it in the copper stills with a higher temp. And what are some other characteristics that they do for the agave?
They're not doing any of the tequila methods. So there's
Yeah.
no roasting, there's
Yeah,
no
no.
baking, there's no Tahona method.
It's just distilling.
It's distilling it the same way you would use a grape for your Ciroc to make their vodka. They're doing the same thing. They're just using agave.
Yes.
So the whole time we're sitting there, and I was so puzzled because I was like, I'm getting the agave, but it's clean as a fool. It's crisp. It's light on the tongue. It doesn't linger very long, but it has that, like, there's something else going on. I kept thinking to myself, if someone gave this to me and didn't tell me what it was, would I be able to detect what it was?
I feel like if I was tasting it with my eyes closed, I would think of it as more of a tequila than some tequilas out there.
Okay.
Just because you get that clean Blanco like tequila flavor, but it's soft and subtle.
It is super soft.
Yeah, it's a very, very soft spirit. So we're gonna get into it. It's our first time tasting this bottle since we got back from Mexico. Not Mexico, Jesus. Tails.
Yes, we were after class. We were sitting up in the front asking all the questions.
We literally asked about 10 questions.
All the questions. We're so intrigued.
Jules?
And, oh yeah, Jules, you definitely want to try this. You can use one of these guys.
Okay.
So Antonio was like, just wait a second. So
And
we came
Antonio
back,
looked out.
and he made sure that we did not leave there empty-handed. We've had a sample. And you guys know that Food and Wine Classic is coming to Charleston the end of next month. Your girls will be featured in 2 classes on agave. And guess what? We are featuring this product. So if
Had
you
we
want
known
to try,
about this one, it would have been on the docket as well. But next time, we have plenty of agave.
we have plenty of agave coming, and we have plenty of opportunities. This is gonna be like our unofficial launch of our agave club, because we're featuring some really unique agaves in this class.
Yeah.
So if you haven't got your ticket yet and you're gonna be in Charleston for the classic, please come out, get your tickets. Our classes are on Friday and Saturday at 3 p.m. at the Hotel Emmeline, centrally located, and we would love to see you there to sample some tequilas and agaves with us.
And cocktails, because we're putting these in cocktails, babe.
We are.
They'll be in cocktails for sure.
The
All right.
nose. The nose.
The nose is super light, though. It's not like a regular Blanco.
Getting
It's
some sweetness, right?
unassuming. Let's get into it.
You get that agave. You get that
The little
vanilla.
aftertaste. Yeah, you do get vanilla, too.
Mm-hmm.
It could give you Cristalino vibes, but you ain't heard that from me.
Filter.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. But then I get that little vodka sharpness at the end. That
Where you
like
know it's a vodka?
where you know it's a vodka, where it's giving you that crisp type of element to it. Really nice.
And speaking of drink meals, he made the best Paloma with this product that I had in a minute. I mean, we just drank a whole bunch of Palomas. A whole bunch of Palomas on Monday at the Elegao competition, but he really did his thing. They were beautiful. He explained them very well.
He
I
did.
mean, Drake Mills always does his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever he's behind the stick, he's always killing it. But he really made these really delicious, and you would have thought 2 times that this might have been some tequila
Yeah.
up in that Paloma, but he did a great job. Great job.
This is an awesome product. We asked them, what's next? Are you guys going to do a gin? Are you guys going to do a bourbon? They said, we don't know yet. We're just trying it out with this
And
expression.
perfect the vodka.
They're working on it, and they're going to see what the market does. My mom is a huge vodka drinker. I cannot wait for her to try this and really see if she notices the difference, or if she would like sub out her vodka for this.
I don't know.
You don't think she will?
I mean, it's the best of both worlds for her because she likes a good shot of tequila and she likes vodka. So that might be one of her household staples.
A little jammy jam for her.
That might be a little best of both worlds for DB. Shout out to Donna.
We got to see. I don't know what the price point on this is yet. We're gonna do a
see.
quick check.
Yeah.
Like I said, again, this is a liter bottle, so it is as big as it appears. It is your standard 40% alcohol, 80 proof bottle. So just because they're, using agave for the vodka, it's the same.
Online, if you're fortunate to be in states that you can buy online, it's $29.99.
Oh, that's,
So that's a
awesome.
great
For $7.50?
Yeah.
You guys, y'all need to grab a bottle of this.
And it's actually here in Charleston, y'all. It's at Total Wine. It's at Total Wine. So we have Weber Ranch here in Charleston. Try out some agave vodka. Let us know what you think. They're coming out with some really cool things. Really cool things, and I'm excited to taste. Especially next month, we're going to DC for the American Craft Spirits competition, and we're going to be trying spirits again, and we'll be able to bring you guys back.
Exclusive, new hotness.
Yeah, we be flying, but
I
know,
know,
we
I
drive.
thought about
When we drive, we always bring back all the things.
I don't have that drive in me, man. I'm
You can't
sorry.
fly. You can't fly. You only can take about 2-3 bottles back.
Sheesh, but we got so much to do. If we had more time on the front end, on the back end, I might have would have took that drive. We're so busy that week. But yes, you stay tuned for more details on American Craft Spirits competition. Grab you a bottle of Weber Ranch. You're gonna thank us multiple times.
And let us know what you think about it. We're going to feature it as some of our agave things too, so people can taste it. We always bring out a little surprise for the situation.
One of the other smaller events that we went to was a portfolio party of Samson and Surrey, which is a distributor of agave spirits. We went there for tequila. They were featuring tequila Ocho. And my man's went into his somewhere and produced 2 bottles of this for us to try. But it was a smaller event. It was at like a suite in a hotel. So there might have been 20 people there throughout the whole course of the evening. But we got to talk to a brand rep that we hadn't seen in a while. We got to meet the head of sales over there. She was awesome. She was like very accommodating to us. So events like that, that's what we recorded from for the first time. I had like some decent service in that area.
And sound as well. Sound, we could actually talk.
Yeah, we didn't have to use mics or nothing like that. So if you can find some of those events during Tales off the beaten path, again, smaller turnout, but more intimate engagements.
Yes. All of those things. And the cocktail was amazing.
Yes.
We tried this tequila cocktail that had like ceviche. It was a wide chip, and then there was ceviche on top of the chip.
Yes.
So you eat the ceviche, you eat the chip, and then you know what I'm saying, throw back your cocktail. It was like a little meal.
It was.
It was like a little meal. I was satisfied, and I'm still drinking.
Yep.
So shout out to Samson and Surrey. They always do great events, even in the events that they did in November at the Chill Magazine event in Louisville. Still had amazing cocktails, a great dinner. They have great spirits.
And that cocktail, he was making that fresh to order. So this chip wasn't soggy. The scallop was nice and fresh. And that salinity in that scallop added to the cocktail. Because as you know, salt just makes everything more pronounced. Whatever flavor it already is, it just enhances that flavor. So
A little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar. It just makes everything taste good.
it really did. I think, we call them amuse-bouche in French. I'm part
She
French.
swears she French. Jesus. That's what we call them.
We call them a little delight for your mouth. That's what that translates into. Right? Plus. But shout out to Jamal, our guy who works for Samson and Surrey. Great to talk with him and catch up. And thank you for the tequila. I'm going to get into it now. I've been holding on to it.
Do a little sample? Oh, Jules, it went out. Oh, we're
Damn.
back.
No, I'm going to keep my Ocho. You drink all your Ocho. That's going with me.
I didn't drink my Ocho. I still got my Ocho. I forgot to bring it.
We went to a bigger activation. One of the biggest, I would say, daytime activations.
Moet Hennessy, they do a Moet house. And last year, I'm trying to figure out what was the theme last year. I can't even really remember what the theme was.
I feel like it was a bunch of tastes because they did like the coffee and they was giving us bags of the Moet Hennessy coffee.
Yeah, and then they had
Yeah,
just
like
different
tea station.
rooms. I don't know if it was like just different areas that you go to. I couldn't remember.
Senses? Was it like different senses? Like
It might have
sound
been
and
something like
taste
that.
and feel?
But it was a really big, it was so much that was coming at you at Moet Hennessy last year. This year it was more refined and kind of downsized. So the theme was going through time with drinks. So we started out, I guess, pre-prohibition or, when they was just out here doing their thing in New Orleans and they gave us like these baby Sazeracs to start off the event. But we didn't even need to open them at all because as soon as we walked in, it was pretty much like the 1920s and 30s. They had flappers up in there dancing, doing the Charleston. They had pinup girls walking on Moet bottles, which was cray that she could do that on the small and the big Moet bottles.
Yeah, she did.
And then we walked around. We went into like the 80s where they had like the disco. That's what they call
Balls,
it.
yeah.
Disco balls, but the actual records. The disco records.
Vinyls.
The vinyls, thank you. They had the vinyls, and everybody had on their like shirts where they were basically working in like a music shop or like a music store.
It was cute.
And then you go around to the back, and they had the DJ. I guess she was in the 99 year 2000s then, because that's where you go back and twerk out. And I stayed back there for a minute. But they had the Hennessy cocktails back there, and they also had the Volcan and the Ardbeg situation happening back there as well.
So tons of options for everyone's palate. And they had the brand ambassadors. Got to see Lex. I hadn't seen her since last year, I guess, and make some new friends up in the house. They were passing around food, French fries, little mini sliders and stuff. So you had something to eat while you were imbibing, photo areas, all that good stuff.
Shout out to Tails and the food though, because
Yeah.
every year there's more and more food. Every year they are making sure they are feeding our imbibing bellies. Okay, so shout out to them for that, and shout out to Smash Burgers being a thing now because almost every event had a Smash Burger. I was cowed out by the time I left New Orleans.
You want some of this Sazerac?
Oh sure. Gio was down there. Shout out Gio. Okay, I see Dame Kydlin saying cheers. Lonnie says truth. Laid back is the way to go. Lonnie, we was just shouting you out, girl. Your cocktail at the not the Brown and Balance. Chocolate City's best.
Community.
Turning
Ketchup.
tables.
Mhm.
Community catch-up at Tails.
It was good, girl.
Hmm. And then Gio's giving us hearts. Hearts, Gio. Gio actually had an event because he won the Great Shake-Up.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, we couldn't go because we were at this top secret dinner. And it was about 5 hours.
Like no cap. It was like 5 hours for real.
Yeah.
But very informative. We needed to be there. But shout out to Gio.
Mhm.
We love you. We love you. There was also NA events too. Liars that attend an event every day at the Ritz-Carlton.
At the Carlton. Jules, can you give me my bag?
And they were the
The
Liars,
liar's
bag.
bag.
And they were...
The liar's bag.
It's on the
hanging
wall.
up.
And they had amazing NA cocktails that they were serving every day. Probably some of the best cocktails that I had the entire week of Tales were inside the Liars activation, and they were non-alcoholic.
We saw everybody with these bags, and we was like, where the bag at? Where the bag at? Where is it? And they had a whole room. Shout out to our girl who created the bar. It was like a whole bar atmosphere in there. Oh my gosh. Why am I getting brain
The girl from
fart?
South Carolina?
No, our girl that won Drink Masters.
Oh, LP.
LP. I'm sorry, LP. Blame my mind, not my heart. It's been a
Lauren
long week.
O'Brien.
Lauren,
Yes.
it was a great concept, and every woman in there was water whipping them cocktails up. They did a great job.
They did. They also had, you can make your own tea blend, which I did. So they had a bunch of different tea selections, and you can pull and mix and match and make your own tea blend. This is my second one. I already used my first one. So a girl like me, I love loose tea. You'll win me every time with some loose tea. And they had great cups. I mean, it was swagged out.
Swaggy,
They had a refrigerator where you can just grab and go Liars in a can.
which is the best, especially the gin and tonic. It's one of my favorites.
Again, a great mixer for when we got back to the room and needed something to add to our tequila. Crack one of them babies open.
Or Sorrel.
Or Sorrel. Yes.
Or Sorrel.
Oh, and we can speak on that. We were graciously hosted by Jackie Summers and the Sorrel team at their house for Tales. They had a beautiful home, decked out, pool, everything. But we ran into some issues with the owner of that house.
The Porty.
For the party, we were supposed to host an all-black everything party on Friday featuring nothing but black brands, but that got shut down due to the Airbnb's owner
And his rules.
and his last-minute rules, trying to upcharge Jackie last minute to do the party. So we definitely were missing out on that because that was a great event that took place last year. There were some mishaps, but the fellowshipping and to get everybody together was awesome. We were looking forward to that again this year. Sadly, it didn't happen.
Yes. Lonnie's Liquid Laugh says she wants the bag. She missed the bag. How you missed it? Girl, we went up there 2 days in a row, though, to find it. It was gone. The Liar's bag was gone the first day. So we had to go back up there to get that. So, yeah, you had to be on it. Like, you had to be on there for everything.
You had to be persistent for real with that. And other swag, too. We do have some swag from the Campari Hospitality Suite. Every year, Campari does a hospitality suite where you walk in, they give you a sheet. You can select whatever you want, t-shirts, hats, bags, handkerchiefs, whatever. And then you go chill and have a drink, and then they bring you the bag of all of your stuff in like a nice Campari to-go bag.
I got a little bit of beef this year. Because y'all gave out all y'all stuff the first day Campari. Y'all let people come in there and order every single thing that they wanted. So on the second day when we came, there was no t-shirts.
No shirts.
no button-ups, no hoodies, no wears. All we had was bags and pins
And hats.
and hats. I'm grateful, thank you. But still,
This is their new rosé. So they had merch for this. This is a little bag situation. This is a Campari like
tote.
little computer bag or like side body bag. Really cute. We got some hats. Sneaker so graciously gave one of her hats away
I did.
to a guy from Kingston because the hat said Kingston on it, like the Ray and Nephew rum. So we gonna share the hat because that was so nice of her. That was the guy's first time coming to Tails. He first time flying from Jamaica anywhere to the United States. And Sesame was wanting to meet people like him at the
He
Black
wanted
House.
to compete. Yeah, he just wanted to compete. That's what he came there for, to compete and really learn. And I'm so happy we met him.
Yeah.
Because we were in a room where a whole bunch of people could pour into him. So he didn't feel like his choice that he made was in vain, that it was really worth the money.
Yeah, he had to
So,
borrow money from his people
just to come.
down there. And then the whole time you second guessing, should I done this? Da, da, da. But he got validated time and time again. He got connected with some amazing people in the industry. And we wish him the best of luck.
Only 24 doing his thing, so he only gonna go up from here. Shout out to our guy. I might tag him in this video.
Got a shirt from them boy out there when
Quintiles.
we were tasting that. Sue's had hats and bags as well. The Balkan whiskey had handkerchiefs.
And I had a dope Ray and Murphy bag, but I actually ended up giving it to this Jamaican girl.
You gave away your Ray Nephew bag too?
I did. I gave my Ray and Nephew bag away.
Why? Because I didn't get one because we were gonna have two of the same ones, and I have another one.
She does. I gave it to this Jamaican girl. Yeah.
Those are hot commodities,
They
y'all
are.
boy. Like you
They
can't
are.
buy them.
No.
That's the thing. You have to be given them. You can't even buy them. So the whole
Yeah.
time you wear it during Tails, you're like, "Where'd you get
Everybody's
that
like
from?"
on your job. Even when we came out, we had like the Campari bags. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, where'd you get that? I see all the people with that."
Where's the room at? Where do you go?
You can't just get in there.
If you know,
can't.
you know.
But yeah, I gave it to her. This is her first time in Charleston as well, and she knows
New
about Ray
Orleans.
and there for you. No, Charleston.
Oh,
I met
oh,
her
you,
here.
Oh, you gave her back
Yeah,
here.
and she's visiting. She's already gone back now, but yeah, I gave her the bag, and
Very sweet, very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Bacardi does huge activations.
it was a great activation. Oh, we had so much fun.
We
at that
got
party.
lit as a wick at this party here.
We was trying the very expensive is it El Cielo? Mm-hmm. Is that Don Julio?
No, it's
The
Patron,
Patron,
baby. That's Patron.
Listen, we was trying the high market Patron. It was so good. They had a lot of cocktails. The DJ was
A1.
Kiss. And they had pizza. Like I said again, they were feeding us. They were feeding us this year. So that party was fun. We stayed there until we closed it out.
We closed that party out, walked through the back, grabbed some more drinks on our way out. Okay, that's Tails. Bacardi, shout out to y'all. Y'all always do a good job with your activations, having people of color behind the bar. I think AJ did another activation again this year. We just didn't get to see her while she was doing it. But love that for her.
Speaking of tequila, shout out to Herodora. I done screenshot the video, and I'm about to post that video on our page as well. Herodora did a great video of our pop in at a street party with chicken and champagne. And I mean, it looked like we was having fun because we was. And that party almost messed us up. Y'all don't understand. That party almost took us out. You don't have no clue. That the event we barely got to the dinner that we were supposed to go to that night.
Indeed,
We were an hour
because
late.
we were out there in the sun drinking on the side of the street,
Literally. Y'all don't see the video.
just out in the world on the side. And I'm like, could this happen in Charleston? Could we just
Yes.
do an impromptu just sidewalk party here?
I think we can, but we got to get like some liquor licensing for that little block off.
And the bathroom would have been nice.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Shout out to Chicken and Champagne. They had
Yes.
a live artist come out there
No,
to
that was
do
dope.
a full painting. And not only did he paint a mural on the side of the building, he also painted 2 Herradura boxes as well with the same kind of like vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I think we could do here.
Yeah.
Just at Redux, that would be lit.
It was really cool to see that happen in place. Just culture.
Mm-hmm.
She had some really fun talent out too. So again, the side parties are where they're at. Yes, the big boy parties, and you miss seeing People like Big Boy perform, yes.
Big Boy did perform, y'all. We did not go because again we was at some other event. But Big Boy performed for Jack Daniels. Y'all know Jack Daniels gonna show out. Come on.
They do.
That Sazerac is delicious.
It really is, and this is
Perfectly
room temp.
balanced. Perfectly
And it's still
balanced,
really
so
good.
good.
But yeah, I highly encourage you guys to look into Tales for next year. You want to try some of this, Julie?
Yeah, you can finish it off now.
It is an amazing experience. Bartenders at some point in their career should definitely travel down to Tales. It's like a pilgrimage that you have to make in your career at some point to have that experience, to network, get ideas. We always leave with ideas for events that we want to bring back, just like that idea with the painting of the case. Like, you get so inspired and you want people in your community to be able to experience them. Shout out to Ariel Neal for hosting a house this year. Her and Sam had a reset house where she took care of accommodations. You got a wristband, and they put you on to some of the insider events. That's a great way to start if you've never been to Tales before, to be aligned with someone who has.
Yeah.
That you have a good pace. You don't get overwhelmed. You kind of know where to go, because it could be overwhelmed when there's over 400 events that are happening in a week.
For sure. Venasulo says hello. Hello. Lonnie's Liquid Laugh said, I saw the video. Excuse me. It looked like fun. Listen, it was a great time. Like, the videographer, we didn't even know he was capturing us half of the time. So I was surprised when I seen the whole video come up and we was tagged in it. Somebody like sent us the video.
And he did good, because there was a lot of us like this with our backs.
Oh, they was?
No, he did good editing, because he could have got way more of us
Praise God.
turned up, because he was definitely turned up out
I
there.
had to.
Do so. Shout out to Jonathan Cooper and
Shout out to
David White.
David
Jr.
White. We left there and got some Popeyes.
We sure did. Had to get some biscuits after all of that drinking and Herradura, because they were heavy pouring and they were doing.
They were blessing us.
They were definitely blessing, and they had a spicy cocktail too, like some type of El Pastor. Was giving very unique, very savory.
It was El Pastor for sure.
And
Rich.
Rich is a great way to describe that. And you definitely needed something after that.
They did have water.
Yeah,
They
they
did
did have
have water as well. But y'all know how hot it is in New Orleans, and this was a blessed year. This was a blessed year, but it's hot. It is hot.
Y'all, next year our plan is to do some type of house arrangement as well, so that we can usher people throughout Tales. Get some brand activation.
A small group.
Very manageable.
Very tiny.
Yeah.
Very intentional. Very mindful.
Very mindful. Yes.
Very mindful. Okay. We were mindful this year, Tales. I will have to say we were
mindful.
very mindful this year. We did well.
We did good. We had some early mornings, so we weren't out too late.
No.
And you can always tell when the tide starts changing in the party. And we're adults now, and we just leave.
Just like Monday.
Yes, just like
I
Monday.
swear like Monday.
We don't, just go head first into the foolery.
Black Food Truck Festival said, y'all been saying that since 2015. Please don't check us on our live Black Food Truck Festival. Shout out to Black Food Truck Festival. But don't check us on our live. You got a festival and stuff. What's up? What you got going on?
We had learned a lot this year from Ariel's house and from Jackie's house and our experience there.
At both of them.
At both of them, for us to know that what we are not going to do for next year. So we are primed up and prepared to host our own engagement next year, sir. All right? And you can hold us to it. How about that?
And don't have to roll an eyes emoji. Don't play with us. Shout out to Marcus Hammond. Y'all follow him over there at Black Food Truck Festival. He got some things going on.
Shout out to all the Charleston folks that were down there. Amanda Phelps, Franny the
Yeah.
Fox. Some Charleston Wine and Food folks were down there, and Neil and Shannon.
Shout out to Anil.
We saw Miguel, Holy City Handcraft was in the building as well. He has a good time down there.
Yeah, he has some great content too, so go on his page and check out his recaps. He has some really good stuff.
So South Carolina was in the house, okay? We were holding it down. Had a little bit of a meetup photo. Koki was down there, of course,
Yes.
doing her thing.
Koki
Eric
and Rum.
from Little Pond was down there. They had a whole Aperol pop-up at the Eliza Jane, which was
great.
really
It was
cute event.
Perfect time.
It was. We needed that little
We
break.
needed a little like Aperol, spritz, aperitif, reprieve. So they did a great job with that. We actually got 2 in the time that we were there.
And one to go, because you can take drinks
You can take
to
them
go with you in New Orleans.
That's right. Shout out to Tiffany and Kiata. They did a dinner down there with Cavassier. And they also did it with Eve Marie from Dookie and Chase, one of the granddaughters of Dookie and Chase, and at their new restaurant. I can't think of the restaurant right now, but I'll put it in the comments. But it was so good. Let me tell y'all, we were so full and stuffed and just spent that night we could barely eat. But I saved that thing for the next day, and baby, it was so good. My food, I ate it all the next night. I ate all of it. It was so delicious. The cream veggies, girl,
Yeah,
didn't
the
know.
veggies was good.
Didn't know. One of my best meals I've had in New Orleans.
Could have took another scooping of that, and they had like a bread pudding too that I took home as a dessert.
I didn't take the dessert home.
That thing was so good. Nice texture and consistency and enough sweetness to it. It was good. No complaints. But we've had their food before. It was amazing then too. R.I.P. Leah Chase. She's a legend in her own right.
Yes.
And we love to see so many Black women come together, tell their stories of encouragement and perseverance, talking about their challenges and just being proud of where they are. That room was electrifying with people and energy. And Tiffany won a Spirited Award. Shout out to her for her book that she did with Tony Tipton Martin. There we go. I got it out.
Yeah.
I got it out. And also Kieta Mincy Parker got the Catalyst Award. She was one of the recipients of the Catalyst Award for Tales this year, which is an amazing honor for the work that she's doing in Atlanta with her Sip of Paradise Garden and on her other advocacy in that market.
Yes, a Sip of Paradise is super lit and what it's grown. She has 2 locations now. And really catering to bartenders, really catering to farmers, getting the fresh food. You don't hear about that a lot in Atlanta. So for her to create spaces like that where she can create her own Amaros with her herbs and her products, create different places where people can go out. Because farming is therapeutic. Farming gets you leveled out. Grounded is the word I was looking for. It gets you grounded, and I just love what they're doing in Atlanta and how they're such a united front. I did see y'all t-shirts talking about some ATL hoe. We coming next year with our stuff. Like, we gonna represent Charleston. I know we be saying that since 2015, but we gonna come with our stuff. We've been doing research since 2015. How about that?
That's right.
It took us 9 years to figure that out. All right.
And a COVID pandemic situation in there too. So we all figuring it out. But it was a great time. Shout out to all those trendsetters who are doing it. Capri Robinson got Bartender of the Year. Shout out to my girl who's just been grinding nonstop.
Yeah.
We love it. We love to see the growth of where she started. I mean, we all started around the same time. And where she is now. It's amazing to see the growth.
Black Culinary. Hi, love. We always meet here.
Y'all, I think we're going to call it a wrap because we're coming up on our time.
Yeah.
And we don't want to play with Instagram like that.
They new now.
But we are going to be starting at 6:30 per you guys' suggestion. We're going to try to bring it to you twice a week now, you guys. As I said, I'm going out of town next week. So it's not going to happen next week. But the following week, we will be back because we have some events that we want to showcase.
So many events coming up, y'all.
And so many products that we've gotten sent in. We are literally swimming in brand products right now that we have not reviewed yet.
We keeping it away from y'all right now. We're not right.
Real quick, Jules, can you hand me those 2 books over there? really fast.
Yeah, that's from Tales.
In our last 6 minutes, we did get some literature. Want to again shout out our girl Janae is featured in this book.
A Quick Drink. So this is written by our wonderful friends Lynette Morel and Ivy Mix of Speed Rack. And they have the guide to winning cocktails for any mood from the Speed Rack files. So these are Speed Rack cocktails. There's more than 100 cocktail recipes from badass women bartenders. Literally what it says on the back. And yeah, classic, quirky, original riffs. They got them in here. And how cute is this?
It's so cute. We love a hardback book around here.
We love a pink book.
We love a pink anything. We love seeing women power. So you will see us recreating cocktails from this book for sure on our pages.
Yes.
We also got this book while we were at the BCI Benet House. This is a book on Sue's education, history. I mean, it has that new book smell. Oh my gosh. Love that so much. But it shows you a history. And I love these vintage ads
They're so
for
sexy.
Spirit.
Especially the European ones.
They're so classy.
The
They're
Italian ones are fire.
I mean, so you're going to see us do some reviews of that, but love education. You will see recipes out of this book as well as we do more exploration with Suze. But literature is important. We support books, and whenever we can get our hands on some education, we take it.
Small little tidbit again about Suze. Suze was one of those brands that really had a great experience when we first went to Taylor.
Absolutely.
It was one of the first brands that we went in there, and even though the drinks were bitter and we weren't used to that flavor profile, the whole activation was just so well thought out. And it's like, oh, let me get into Suze. And the color, it's like yellow and orange. Like, it just grabs your eye. So shout out to Suze. I'm glad we went to 2 days of your events, and y'all make some damn good bitter cocktails.
Y'all do. And that's the thing. Like, ever since we went to that event, Suze has always been, like, implanted in our minds.
Yeah.
So when we say at the bar, we're like, oh, we know what that is because we had an experience with that product and are familiar with it. So that's the importance of doing events like this during a Tales.
Yeah.
You get to introduce your products to captive audiences in unique ways that leaves a lasting memory on them.
And that's what we're trying to do. So y'all stay tuned for the rest of the year when we're trying to really, really bring that fire. For real, for real. We got some things coming up. We was taking a little, not a hiatus, but just a step back to really process and see what works and what doesn't work. And also going to a bunch of events. Johnny just came back from family reunion. She about to haul ass again and go to another event. And we're just expanding our cocktail education on all fronts. So y'all gonna be seeing some really good drinks, really great stories, really good vibes, and partnering with some really dope chefs as well because we want to bring out that full experience.
Yes, the food for sure. Like, share this post. Please comment if you enjoyed this with a little cocktail emoji. We would love that.
DM let
us.
us know topics you want us to cover. We're trying to, figure out y'all's palate as well.
Love y'all. And
Mean it.
till next time.